I opened my eyes that morning, just like every other morning. I dressed and went to work. I had my coffee, checked the sports page, just another day. But that day, something was eating at me. I thought it might be last night's lasagna. When I had this feeling before, it didn't end well. I knew something was about to happen. I just couldn't put my finger on it.
The only thing I agreed to was cash. Okay, fine. You can have it, but you better get what I need.
Olivia, we really need to discuss the agency's financials.
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something?
We really must talk.
Why does everything have to fall on me?
Because it's your agency and you don't delegate.
Well, I'll start to delegate more.
Olivia, if things keep going the way they are, there's not going to be anyone left to delegate to.
Okay, sit down and talk.
Olivia, first you've got to cut back the spending. I know everything is technically legit, but let's just say you're stretching it a bit. And we have an audit coming up. Then there's the company account. The funds will carry the agency for 2 months.
Only if you're lucky.
You're not getting the referrals you were. There's no income stream. You better come up with a plan and get out there and build the agency's name again. Are you through?
Are you done? Or is there more sunshine you'd like to share?
Well, I don't know where you found your foster caregivers, but this group reminds me of the leftover sweaters after a big Macy's Day Christmas sale. And they're complaining about their pay. You're a smooth talker, Olivia, and people seem to like you, but you know that only goes so far.
Thank you.
For what?
All I heard was people like me. It's true.
Be serious.
I am. I've reached out to an old friend. I have a plan already in the works. With the right investment, I will have exactly what I need to make this agency a success, and all will be right in the world.
What kind of investment?
You let me worry about that. Now, you two, take me to lunch. I'm famished.
I got your mail.
Well, put it on my desk. What are you waiting for? An invitation or something?
Gee, so touchy in the morning. By the way, you got the telegram.
I knew I should probably apologize, but I picked up the telegram instead.
Dear Ms. Simon, I work in the corporate office of the Neighborhood Family Foster Care Agency. Our award-winning research-based practices are the envy of the industry and are highly classified. There was a break-in at our Georgia corporate office. I need to find out who's behind the break-in before our best-kept and most important secret for success is found. I am also enclosing a check to retain your services. If our number one secret gets into the wrong hands, it could mean disaster for our agency. Please keep me updated. Sincerely, Martin Staffworthy, Chief Operating Officer.
Lucy, grab my coat and call Sonny and tell him to meet me at Neighborhood Family in 15 minutes. We got a job to do.
On it, Mom.
One moment, please.
Hi, I'm Miss Simon from the Accreditation Board. This is Mr. Ambrose. I believe Miss Hankey is expecting us.
One moment, please. Miss Hankey, Miss Simon and Mr. Ambrose from the Accreditation Board are here to see you. Thank you. She was just finishing a call. I will buzz you back. It will be the last door on the left.
Thank you.
So, you must get lonely up here all alone.
It's not that bad. You get used to it.
I heard you guys had a break-in recently.
Yesterday, oh my, yes, it was awful.
Are you okay?
I was fine. It happened early in the morning before anyone got here. The alarm went off and Miss Hankey met the police here. Before I even got to the parking lot, I just felt something was wrong. You know what I mean? Then I walked up and practically fell over that rock before I even saw the glass. The front door glass was smashed. This door was open, and the police was still here. It was a real mess.
You know that rock is still out there.
Well, I didn't want to move anything. It might have been evidence or something. I didn't know what to touch or what not to touch. I tell you, I don't want to ever have to go through that again.
I'll bet. It looks like you got the doors fixed right away.
Well, it was just the glass door. It was repaired the same day.
That was real lucky. Thanks, doll. Now, can you point me to the file room?
Hello, Miss Simon. Welcome to Neighbor to Family. I understand you are from the accreditation agency. Yes, thanks for having me. Please have a seat. I want to make this process as easy as possible for you. We're a great agency and we're an open book. For starters, I've had our security department assign you a code that you will need to get past the reception desk and into the locked rooms. So what questions do you have for me? Well, since you brought up security, let's start with that. Since children's safety and confidentiality are most important, what type of security do you have here? It's top notch. We have a hidden camera security system with 87 cameras in and around our office space. During business hours, employees must use a code to get into the inner offices and guests must be buzzed in. And after hours? We have an alarm system that dials the police directly, and I also receive a notification. The cameras record almost every square inch of our building. Employees have a key card to get in the outer door, but they have to use their punch code to get beyond the reception area. So what happened yesterday morning with the break-in? Oh, you heard about that? Well, we just moved into these offices. There was a delay with the paperwork, so only the 2 cameras facing the back door were working until this morning. Thank goodness for the alarm system. What about punching in the codes? Yes, that was set up before we moved in. So what happened that morning? Well, I actually beat the police here. I don't live too far away. The glass was broken from the front door, the reception desk was a mess, the door coming into the inner offices was wide open, and the file room was pretty much torn up. Was the inside door broken? No, but now that you mention it, I was the last one to leave the night before and I know I locked it. I don't think I mentioned that to the police. I see. When you checked the office, was anything else out of place or missing? You sound like a G-man or something. Well, I have to be thorough about an agency's procedures and files being kept safe. You understand. Some things were out of place, but it didn't appear as if anything was missing. Miss Lane, my assistant, can help you with anything you need, in addition to the information I've provided you. I have a meeting to get to. Miss Lane has full access and can show you any areas you may need to get to. If you need me again, just ask Miss Lane to put you on my schedule. Thank you. Excuse me, I just have one more question. Yes? Is there any kind of record kept when employees use their key card to come and go from the building? Yes, the security company has it. Who knows that? Corporate, me, and now you. Why? Just curious. Thanks. That's interesting. Why don't you go to the file room and I'll meet you there after I finish talking to
You must be Miss Simon and Mr. Ambrose. I'm Lois Lane, Miss Hankey's assistant. I'm here to help you navigate our offices and make sure you have everything you need.
Nice to meet you. I'm headed to the file room.
Very good. It's on hall 2. Go down this hall and make a left, and then another left. And when you get to the next hall, it's the second door on your right.
Nice to meet you.
Is there a phone I can use? I have a couple of calls to make.
Of course. There's one in my office. I'll give you some privacy.
Staffworthy, this is Simon. You said you wanted to be updated, so here it is. I don't know who did it, but it looks like an inside job. Perfect timing.
Here is your passcode and a list of employees.
This is a short list.
We're a small agency, but still growing. Do you have any questions for me?
How long have you worked here?
About 6 months.
And before that, what'd you do?
Little this, little that. But before here, I worked for the other foster care agency.
This other agency got a name?
I just told you, the other foster care agency.
I know, but what's the name of the other agency? I need to write it down.
The other foster care agency.
Look, Miss Lane, if you don't want to answer the question, just say so.
It seems like you're not understanding or not getting the message. The name of the other foster care agency is the other foster care agency. It was started by Olivia Other.
Oh, sorry. I didn't understand that. So what is it you do here?
A little this, a little that. Typing, filing, getting coffee, running errands.
What's it like working for Miss Hankey?
She's all right once you get to know her and how she likes her coffee.
What's the dope on her?
She's been through the ringer. She comes off all swanky and put together, but her ex-husband used to like to booze it up. One day she comes home and he's gone with the wind. She thinks he's gone on one of his benders, but she goes looking for the bum.
Did she find him?
She found him all right. She found him in some dive in the boondocks with a bottle and a bimbo. She takes one look and goes straight to the lawyer. She left everything except for some jewelry, her clothes, and a cat. She's been on her own since.
I see. Still, the pay must be pretty good around here.
What makes you say that?
Those fancy jewels you got on.
Well, they were a gift. And the pay around here? Wait, what is this, an inquisition?
No, I'm just saying they look nice on you. Say, you seem to be in the know. What do you know about the break-in?
Well, I got here later in the morning. I almost called out sick. I thought I was coming down with something.
But you didn't.
No, I came in anyway. I was probably just tired from working around here.
I understand there are only 2 security cameras working during the break-in?
That's right. Miss Hankey didn't order them all to be connected until after the break-in. I'm not really sure why she didn't.
Thanks. This has been fun, but I have to start looking at some files. Can you show me where they are?
Sure. Follow me.
Hi, I'm Sonny Ambrose. I'm from the accreditation agency. Mind if I sit down and ask you a few questions?
Hello, I'm Candy Martin, case manager. So what is it you want to know?
How long have you worked here?
About 2 months.
And before this?
The other agency. It's an agency downtown.
So I've heard. Why did you leave?
I just want to change. I heard things were pretty good over here and they put their best practices in place.
Tell me, have you ever seen their top secrets to success?
No. Word on the street is they're hidden away in this building somewhere.
So you think the gal running the other agency wants to get her hands on them?
I don't know. Probably. I hear Olivia Other is having major financial problems. She's driving a big old Lincoln Cosmopolitan and she can't even pay her staff. There's money going somewhere, but it sure isn't back into the agency. But that's just gossip. I don't even listen to it.
Do you think she'd actually try to get her hands on neighbor family success?
Well, she has to do something if she wants her agency to stay afloat. But I really couldn't say. Olivia's still my friend.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
What are you saying? Are you accusing me of something?
No, I'm just saying it's interesting that shortly after you get here, there's a break-in.
Yeah, wise guy. Why would I do something stupid like that?
I'm not saying you did, but if someone was saying it, maybe there's some doing it for you.
There's only one problem with your little theory. I was on a train coming back from Florida when it happened.
And there are always earlier trains.
I didn't get back until yesterday afternoon. I've answered enough. I don't care for your attitude, and I have a job to do.
Well, Sonny, looks like you're making friends.
Oh, that was nothing.
What you got there?
I don't know. I was talking to the case manager, and it fell out of her book. It looks like a letter.
Maybe it's a clue.
Maybe. Hey, I have an idea. Use this.
Meet me by the bench in the park in Clayton County at 11 a.m. I'll have half of your gift, Olivia. It's dated 2 days before the break-in, so any ideas who's meeting who?
The girl who just left, the case manager, she was looking in that book. She got kind of jumpy when I started asking her about the break-in, and she's friends with Olivia of the other foster care agency.
But if someone's trying to steal secrets from the inside, they wouldn't have to break in, right? Something's not adding up. Why don't I stay here and go through these books to see what else I can find, and you go interview the executive director?
Hello, I'm Frank Silvera, the idiot neighborhood family, at least for now.
Hi, Sonny Ambrose. What do you mean for now?
Well, I just turned in my notice. I'll be leaving the agency shortly.
Well, you seem happy about it. I guess that's a good thing.
Yes, it is. I'm heading to Hollywood to make it as an actor.
Really? Isn't that a far cry from foster care?
Well, yes, it is, but it's always been my dream. I just couldn't afford to pursue it until recently.
Oh, how's that?
Well, I recently came into some money. Now I can go out west, find an agent, and live for a while until I start getting some acting jobs.
Sounds like you have it all worked out. Congratulations. Now I'm here to gather information about the agency. So do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Fire when ready.
How long have you worked here?
About 3 years.
How are the working conditions?
Top notch.
Okay, I understand Neighborhood Family has a secret to success.
Yes, that's right.
Have you seen it, and do you know where it is?
No, and no.
You don't like to elaborate much, do you?
No, I don't. Brevity is the soul of wit. Hamlet, Act 2.
I see. Well, I'm going to lead a little less wit and a little more answer.
Very well.
Where were you when the break-in occurred?
I was at home, asleep.
Can you tell me anything about the security that day? Was everything in order? And who's behind it?
According to Miss Hankey, due to a paperwork error, all of the cameras weren't working that morning. I understand nothing was taken. Some things got messed up. Police came and took a report. All procedures were followed, and it was back to business as usual.
So why do you think anyone would go through all the trouble to break in and not take anything?
Maybe they did, but we just don't know it yet.
That's a bit cryptic.
Is it?
Did you ever work at the other agency?
No, but I did date Olivia right after I graduated from college. Do you think she had something to do with it?
I have no idea. Do you?
I hadn't given it any thought. She did send me a note a couple of weeks ago, asking to have lunch.
And what happened?
Nothing. I didn't think it prudent to stir up the past, but I'm leaving, so nothing happened.
Do you still have the note? May I see it?
The unwritten truth is a mystery to be discovered.
Shakespeare again?
I don't know who said that one.
At-bash code.
Yes, it's something we used to do for fun when we were dating.
This is simple at-bash code. The letters are the alphabet backwards. A is Z, B is Y, C is X, and so on.
Very good. The note says, Dear Frank, I hope this note finds you well. I would love to hear how you are. Please be my lunch guest at my club on Tuesday. There is much to discuss. If I don't hear from you, I will make other plans. I look forward to seeing you after all this time. Your friend, Olivia.
Any idea what she wanted?
No idea.
Do you happen to have a photograph of this other?
It's funny you should ask. I was cleaning out every drawer and closet getting ready for my move, and I found an old photo she gave to me when we were dating.
I'll give this back when we're done.
That's okay, I'm not keeping it. Do what you want with it.
Okay, I'll be around if you think of anything else.
Will do.
I know who did it, and I know how.
Well, Simon, I hope you've got it figured out. I came all the way from Florida for this.
Yes, sir. Here's what happened. Olivia Other's agency was going under. negative foster care practices, unstable homes, and shady financial dealings. She needed to figure out how Neighbor to Family has been so successful. So she gets a hold of someone who works here now and bribes them to find out Neighbor to Family's secret to success. Only 3 people knew Olivia personally: Lois Lane, Candy Martin, and Frank Silvera. Olivia meets this person in a Clayton County park and gives him some cash up front. We found a note asking for the loot.
Why no? Why not just call?
The thief wanted to make sure there were no phone records around the time of the break-in that could lead back to Olivia. On the night of the robbery, the thief hid, probably in a restroom or a closet until Miss Hankey left the building. That would allow an all-night search for the hidden secret. But after a whole night of searching produced nothing, the thief needed to get out before everyone starts coming into work. If they went out the front, the alarm sounds, but it would be too suspicious if it sounded with nothing causing it. So the thief stages a simple break-in to draw attention away.
It wasn't me! I tell you, it wasn't me!
No, Frank, it wasn't. The thief goes back to the file room and messes things up a bit. But trying to get out of there fast, she leaves a meetup note from Olivia. Whoever cleaned up in the morning stuck it in one of those files thinking it belonged there. Now, the only problem was how to get out the front and make it look like a break-in. The thief takes one of those rocks from the lobby and throws it out the glass door. We saw it when we first got here.
Oh yeah, there used to be 3 near the tree. Now there's only 2. I knew it was a clue.
I knew it was an inside job because the inner door was left open. Only an employee with the punch code could have opened it without breaking it. The thief leaves the building without anyone seeing and goes home. She realizes she doesn't have the note with her fingerprints all over it, so she has to come back to the scene of the crime and get the note.
So who is the thief?
Yeah, who do I arrest?
Without a doubt, the thief is Lois Lane.
That's ridiculous.
Remember when I made those phone calls from your office?
Yes.
The first one was to the security company. The second one was to Staffworthy. Even though the cameras were offline, your codes to get in and out of the building were being recorded. On the day before the break-in, you clocked out around 5:30, but then clocked back in a few minutes later and never clocked back out. I'm sure we'll find your fingerprints along with Olivia's on the note.
You also told Simon the necklace was a recent gift. He recorded your conversation. We know you got that necklace from Olivia Other.
How could you possibly know that?
I found an old picture of her wearing it. I did some digging. Did you know it's a one-of-a-kind Harry Winston wreath? I see that your new jewelry didn't come with the bracelet. Officer, I'm sure you can help Miss Lane with that. That's right.
So, did she ever find the secret to Neighbor to Family's success?
No, but I know where it is. Do you mind?
By all means.
They always say, hide the most valuable things in plain sight.
Who says that?
Simon says.
You won't admit you love me, and so how am I ever to know? You only tell me, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. A million times I ask you, and then I ask you over again. You only answer, perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. If you can make your mind up, we'll never get started. And I don't want to wind up being parted, broken hearted. So if you really love me, say yes. But if you don't, dear, confess.
I forgot, okay?
3.
Is there a phone I can use? There's a couple of calls I need to make.
It wasn't me, I tell you. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It wasn't me. Hey, it wasn't me, I tell you. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It wasn't me. Whoa, whoa, you just can't stop it. Whoa, watch it, watch it.
Don't rock. Don't rock. just stand there. No, don't. I'm not rocking. Don't rock. Don't not.
What are you doing?
I was all messed up because he wasn't saying the line. That thing was rolling. She was going up, down.
I'm Lois Lane.
I finished
Hi,
talking to
you must be Miss Simon.
Cut.
You be Miss Simon. That was horrible, that last part, Jody, because I need to learn that a little bit better. But anyway, what do you think, Jody? You the director.
Turn your recorder.
Yeah, turn your.
That last part, I need.
I'm not gonna mess with you. That's what I think.
You know it was horrible.
We know you got that necklace from Olivia Other.
How would you possibly know that?
I found an old picture.